Welcome to today's video where we're going to talk about doing things, chores, and stuff around your homestead in the proper season.
Hi, my name's Melina and welcome to my channel, Homesteading Farm Life. Our videos are all about homesteading, our 40-acre farm, and our animals. Follow our journey and learn how to homestead on your farm or in your backyard. Be sure to subscribe to my channel by clicking on the link below.
Homesteading is glorious, wonderful, and very rewarding work. We preserve, we compost, we garden, we fish, we husbandry, cut our own wood. We have wells for water. Some of us live off the grid. We don't have electricity. Basically, we're providing for our family without having to rely on society as much. So my first tip for you is to, whatever your project or your job is that you need to do, is to do it in the correct months. Do not try to build yourself a new chicken coop in negative 10-degree weather. It's not going to work. You're going to be miserable. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, why did I start this project? Because that's how it's going to feel. You're going to be cold. Your chicken's going to be looking at you like, Mama, where my roost at? And it's not going to be a fun time. Now, if something happened to your chicken coop, or there's a reason why you need to build another one in negative 10-degree weather, that's a whole nother situation. But if you can break up your projects by season, it's really going to help you, one, get a lot more done in your homestead, and two, be comfortable while you're doing it. I also suggest to do things as they would naturally occur in nature. For example, you wouldn't go out and plant your entire garden at the end of fall. Now, there are some cold weather vegetables, but depending on where you live, they're probably not going to grow over winter. So you wouldn't go out and spend all this time raising seedlings, growing seedlings, or getting plants, and go out and put them in frozen soil where there's snow and sleet coming down during the season. You just wouldn't do it. And I suggest that for everything. Just take a minute before you start your project and think, if I did this in 2 months, would it take me 5 hours or would it take me an entire day? Seasons and the elements and the weather, they either can make it hard or they can make it easy for you to get a task done. So we just talked about spreading our tasks through the year. Let me give you some examples. You have a wood lot. Most of us have a wood lot. That's what we use for our stoves and our fireplaces to eat and to keep warm. What we do is we have to provide our family with enough wood to get through the cold months and be comfortable going into spring. Normally the rule of thumb is you want to have double the amount of wood that you would need for the winter. So say for the winter you needed 20 cords of wood. You would want to have 40 before you actually went into that season. That's a lot of work, and a lot of us, we don't have like a tree splitter or anything like that. We have an axe. We have a chainsaw. Some of us don't even have a chainsaw. So, homesteaders, we do things manually and we do things as we can do them. And firewood is a huge project. We cut our wood down in the winter. It lays either out where we cut it or at the wood shed, and it will lay there all of winter, all of spring, all of summer, and maybe even a little bit of fall. And at that time, the trees that we cut down the previous year are dried out and ready for us to chop into firewood. Then halfway through fall, we gather up all of those trees and we start cutting the wood that we're going to need for the entire winter. That allows us to not just go out, cut down a tree, have to, get it all ready to go into our fireplace and the wood is wet. things don't work like that on the homestead. You really have to figure out the pattern, and you have to use the seasons to your advantage. Same thing goes for our food. You're going to garden and can all spring and summer long. This is going to provide your family with the food that they need throughout the next year. Well, in the fall and winter, you're hunting and you're preserving your meat. So, think about if you were trying to hunt and can and preserve and garden, and that's a lot of work. I have I have 4 children, my husband and I, and my 2 parents. My parents are not 100% on my homestead all the time, but they are here a lot. So in order for me to grow and grow enough vegetables and have enough meat to provide for everyone in my household, it takes more than a season. And if I tried to do all of that at one time, I would quickly become overwhelmed. So it's really good that in the spring and the summer, there are certain things that you do, and then in the fall and the winter, there are certain things that you do. It helps you to successfully provide food that your family needs. But this goes for everything. It doesn't have to be just that. If there is any task that you have, figure out when it would naturally occur in nature, when is the easiest time, the best time for you to go about doing this, what is going to make life on your homestead easiest for you to get that done. Doing these things makes your life more simple, and it allows you to enjoy your homestead. If we tried to do everything all at one time, we would constantly be working. We would never have time to enjoy this absolutely wonderful environment that we have created for ourselves and our family. We are homesteading because we're not trying to have all the hustle and the bustle of the big city. We're not trying to rely on society for everything that we do. We want to provide for ourselves, and we want to be successful at providing for ourselves. So pace yourself, do things naturally when they would occur in nature. Figure out the best time of the year to complete your projects, and I promise that you're going to be successful too. Share your thoughts with me. I would love to hear a story about a time when you did something and it didn't work right, and then you figured it out and it did. Tell me all about that. I want to know your homesteading stories. Please leave them down in the comments below.
Thank you for watching today's video on homesteading farm life. Please share this video with your friends and click that thumbs up button below. If you're interested in homesteading and farming, why don't you join our journey by clicking the subscribe button and then choosing the little bell icon so you never miss a video. Maybe you're interested in more than just watching homesteading videos. Maybe you want to make some homesteading friends. Why don't you join me on Facebook in my homesteading Facebook group? I will include a link to the group down in the video description.